The Matrix is everywhere. It's all around us. Here, even in this room. You can see it out your window or on your television. You can feel it when you go to work or you go to church or pay your taxes. It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth that you are a slave. Like everyone else, you were born into bondage, kept inside a prison that you cannot smell, taste, or touch. A prison for your mind. Unfortunately, no one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it for yourself. This is your last chance. After this, there is no going back. You take the blue pill and the story ends. You wake up in your bed and you believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill and you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember that all I am offering is the truth, nothing more.
Hello, Seeker. Welcome to episode 12 of Answering the Question. Spoiler alert for the movie, The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. I watched it for free on YouTube Movies and Shows channel. If you want to watch it, turn this video off and come back after you have done so. Last chance to avoid any spoilers. The question is, how is it possible that a person be born old and as time passes they age in reverse until they pass away as a baby? The answer is that the finest clockmaker in all of the South, Mr. Guiteau, built a glorious clock in 1918 that had the power of gerontokinesis, also known as age manipulation or age reversal, thanks to the Louisiana voodoo he learned from his Creole wife. The reason she did not cure his blindness is because she did not want him to judge her due to her race and skin tone, and he did not want to judge her himself. The clock running backwards, as exampled in the movie, reversed time and brought soldiers back who had passed away in the war. This was shown for the viewer to understand how the clock and age manipulation would work. A random person dying on November 11, 1918, the day the clock was built, would be reincarnated in their body's current age, be born in a woman's womb, then age backwards. World War I ended on November 11, 1918. The same day the clock was unveiled, and that is the same day Benjamin was born with the appearance and maladies of an elderly man. It is unknown how many people were reborn, but the clock operated for 87 years until it was destroyed August 2005 during Hurricane Katrina. In August 2005, Daisy Fuller is on her deathbed in a New Orleans hospital as Hurricane Katrina approaches. She tells her daughter Caroline about blind clockmaker Mr. Guiteau, hired to make a clock for a train station in 1918. When it was unveiled, the public was surprised to see it running backwards. She reveals that Mr. Guiteau made it as a memorial for those lost in World War I, including his own son. Daisy then asks Caroline to read aloud from Benjamin Button's diary. On the evening of November 11, 1918, a boy is born with the appearance and maladies of an elderly man. His mother, Caroline, dies soon after childbirth, and his father, Thomas Button, abandons the infant on the porch of a nursing home. Caretaker Queenie and cook Mr. Tizzy Weathers find the baby, and she raises him as her own, naming him Benjamin. As the years pass, Benjamin physically blends in with the elderly residents but has the mind and curiosities of a child. He eventually transitions from a wheelchair to crutches and learns to walk. He befriends resident Mrs. Maple, who teaches him to play the piano, as well as a visiting African pygmy named Nuganda, who teaches him to look beyond the physical. On Thanksgiving 1930, Benjamin meets 7-year-old Daisy, whose grandmother lives in the nursing home, and they connect instantly. Later, he accepts work on a tugboat, Chelsea, captained by Mike Clark. Thomas Button introduces himself to Benjamin, but does not reveal his true identity. In autumn 1936, Benjamin leaves for a long-term work engagement with the tugboat crew and travels around the world. He sends Daisy postcards and learns that she was accepted into a ballet company in New York City. In Murmansk, In 1941, Benjamin becomes smitten with Elizabeth Abbott, the wife of a British trade minister. Their affair eventually ends, leaving Benjamin heartbroken. That December, the United States enters World War II. Mike volunteers to Chelsea for U.S. Navy service, and they are assigned to salvage duties. They find a near-sunken U.S. transport and thousands of dead American troops. The culprit, a German U-boat, surfaces and fires on the tugboat. Mike rams the submarine, and the resulting explosion sinks both. Most of the crew perishes save for Benjamin and Rick Brody, who are rescued the following day. In May 1945, Benjamin returns to the New Orleans, reuniting with Queenie, and learns that Mr. Weathers died. He reconnects with Daisy, and she attempts to seduce him, but Benjamin refuses and she departs. Benjamin visits with terminally ill Thomas and learns the details of his birth and family. Thomas gives his button manufacturing company and estate to Benjamin before dying. In 1947, Benjamin visits Daisy in New York unannounced, but departs upon seeing she is romantically involved. In 1954, Daisy's dancing career ends when her leg is crushed in an automobile accident in Paris. When Benjamin visits her, Daisy is amazed by his appearance, but frustrated by her injuries, she tells him to stay out of her life. In 1962, Daisy returns to New Orleans and reunites with Benjamin. Now at comparable physical age, they fall in love. Queenie dies, and Benjamin and Daisy move in together. In 1967, Daisy, who has opened a ballet studio, tells Benjamin she is pregnant. Their daughter, Caroline, is born in the spring of 1968. Believing he cannot be a proper father due to his reverse aging, Benjamin sells his assets, leaves the money for Daisy and Carolyn, and leaves to travel alone during the 1970s. Benjamin, physically a young man, returns to Daisy in 1980. Now married, Daisy introduces him as a family friend to her husband and Carolyn. She admits he was right to leave. She could not have coped otherwise. She later visits him at his hotel, where they have intercourse and part once more. In 1990, recently widowed Daisy is contacted by social workers who have found Benjamin, who is now physically a preteen. When she arrives, they explain he was living in a condemned building and was taken to the hospital in poor physical condition, and that they found her name in his diary. Benjamin displays early signs of dementia, so Daisy moves into the nursing home in 1997 and cares for Benjamin for the rest of his life as he regresses into infancy. In 2002, Mr. Gatoe's clock was replaced with a properly working modern digital clock, and in the spring of 2003, Benjamin dies in Daisy's arms. Back in 2005, having finally revealed the story of Carolyn's father to her, Daisy dies. Hurricane Katrina floods a storage room holding Mr. Gatoe's clock, which continues to tick backwards. So there are large leaps of logic, little evidence to support my theory, and the book does not reveal much to the mystery. I have not found any better theories, and I believe the clock maker disappeared for feeling guilty that in order for the clock to work and perhaps bring back his son, he would have to offer or sacrifice himself at sea, and whoever the targeted mother would be. There are 4 phases to a voodoo ritual, all identifiable by the song being sung: preparation, invocation, possession, and farewell. The songs are used to open the gate between the deities and the human world and invite the spirits to possess someone. Various contemporary practitioners celebrate All Saints' Day, which is November 1st, which they, following Haitian voodoo, link with the Iwa Gedi. I might be pronouncing it incorrectly. Let me know in the comment section the correct pronunciation. The Gede are the family of Iowa that embody the powers of death and fertility. So the clockmaker, in my opinion, performed a voodoo ritual on November 1st that gave the clock power, then completed the ritual at sea, where the last phase of ritual, farewell, was executed in order to power the clock. And Benjamin Button was then born under unusual circumstances. It would have been helpful for the director to lay out all of these items that I've introduced or explained Benjamin's condition, because Benjamin's condition, which is primarily the main and only mystery of the movie, it's unknown. But by doing a little bit of research, filling in holes with different things that make sense, I believe that my theory is the only sound one that can be concluded no matter what angle you go in, even if you go to the supernatural angle or you simply go into a more magical angle. So what do you think? Let me know in the comment section your thoughts. Thumbs up the video, share to your social media, please subscribe and click the notification bell. And let me know in the comment section, are there any movies that you're interested in, or television shows or anything that you'd like for us to answer the question. In the future, I may be interested in doing live streams to talk to you directly. Let me know if you'd be interested in that as well. Thanks for watching.